Okay, we are live here tonight at RPM Esports again. Welcome everybody who tuned in for tonight's low gear race in round 3 already. Season start looked like yesterday, but we are already 2 rounds further into the season of RPM. Where today we're having a sunny Italy at the moment. I will be alone for now. I don't know if my co-commentator will be joining later on, but at the moment I will be alone, so I won't be one making too much work of the test system at the moment, since I can't look at three things at a time. Excuse me for it already. But it looks like we are already doing the qualifying here, as Huss is already out of the pit lane now, followed by a McLaren behind him. Oh, he missed the braking zone there. That's an invalidation. Not a good way to start. Shaq, welcome in chat. I know Prof was supposed to be with me, but he was running a little late. So no worries. I've done a lot more races on my own. So no worries on that. Also, Harry, Mustafa, Team VDB, welcome mate for tonight's race. And I hope you will have a good, enjoyable race all together in the round 3 of low gear. And Shaq shouting for Huss, Stritzy and Cosmo. Also Benjamin Cardiff inside the chat here. Just let me know quickly guys if the audio sounds are perfect like this, because it sounds a bit hard through my headphones, but I hope you can still, everything is still good. Okay, yeah, thank you Evil Master for letting me know. Then we are on the way, as we are on board with Westboy at the moment, but that's not the first car who crosses the line. It's one of the Alpines. The driver in it is Huss, and he will be going for the first lap of the qualifying, as we have a yellow flag in the first sector. And it looks like one of the Haas was standing still in the first chicane. Oh no, it's the second chicane. Let's see who it is. And oh, it's Rosebeertje. It doesn't look like he got damaged though, so he might be fine on that one. And thank you Harry for confirming it as well. Then we got Huss back in the game for the beginning of sector 2, middle of sector 2 in the meantime, as he is some speedy Gonzalez here on the track at the moment. He flies over it and will be looking for a really good, decent first lap. And I missed the fact that Yameen was actually doing the first lap, and he did a 119.3 already. Gooey was in the second car apparently, and he did a 122.3, so he will be looking for an improvement there. But Yameen's absolutely slammed in some good pole position lap here at the first lap of the qualifying for him, as Huss goes P2 with a 120.3, and then the cars are rolling in. Deck going for P3, only 4 tenths behind Huss, and Jones in the McLaren, who was right behind the Alpine of Huss, will be going for P4, and his teammate joins him on P5, and there is only 2 tenths between them. Altea joined his teammate on P6 with a 122.2, and so far it does look like the team conditions here are close towards each other, as we do already have 2 teams right behind each other and joining their teammates. Crudden slammed in a lap as well with a 119.8. Not enough for Yameen's to get off the pole position time, but we do have a yellow flag and one out of the race, and it looks like it's G. Bradfield who was out for the qualifying and will be starting at the back of the pack. Westboy did set a lap as well with a 121.4 and is not close to his teammate here. KTM Sweden, one of the new drivers here in RPM Esports, did a reserve race last week and now is sitting in a seat here in a Mercedes as he is in P2 at the moment with a 119.6, and that does look like a more competition for Yameen's at the moment. Kron is doing a really good job as well, but he is up on time at the moment. But he did set a purple sector 2. Oh, and that's all the way into the wall. I have no idea what happened there, but that was a really hard crash, and it's out for the Alfa Romeo of Kron at the exit of Ascari. And let's hope no car hit him there. I think it was a Mosqueta. Yeah, he did. Mosqueta was passing him just here, but he got out of it. As he's on the lap as well, so let's see what the Ferrari here can do. Both the Ferraris were really unlucky in the first 2 races, but let's see. And there he goes, P5 in their home Grand Prix, and his teammate is also on his way, as we have a spinner, and it's Rosebeach again. He did set a lap time though, and here comes the second Ferrari car over the onto the sector 2, and it's a 45. Not a 45. Wow, 54 at the moment. Let's see what he's gonna do, as some guys are pulling in the laps now. Octavio here in the Ferrari in the last sector, and he's going for a 121.8, and that's P12, so that's not the same time. Close to his teammate, but he is in the top 12 now, and will be looking for a big improvement there and get that Ferrari on a good position for their home Grand Prix. RPM Cosmo inside the Red Bull here onto the first DRS zone. Second DRS zone. The first one is all of course on the straight, and he will be looking at a decent lap here, as he's a second faster than Octavio already. Oh, and that's the curb, inside curb of the Ascari, but he kept it inside the wall. Hit the side of the car by the though, and was lucky not to get DNF here, and it will still be driving, but did cost him a lot of time, and he will be going in to get a new set of tires. Sinful in the other Mercedes now going for a lap as well. One of the few cars who still didn't set a lap. Benjamin Cardiff and RPM John are with him, but those guys are gonna be the first to cross the line here. RPM John, we already seen, he can be as fast as he said he can. He is, excuse me, and takes a really nice line there on the first corner. Then it's a yellow flag, no idea where it is. I think it's the first corner there. Oh, we gotta have another yellow flag. In the meantime, I have never seen actually. Spread C, the other Alpine next to us, is in P7. He will be on a 120.6, and that's a decent first lap for the other Alpine car as well. RPM John in the Red Bull, faster than Cosmo here. He's a tenth faster than his teammate on the second sector, and he will be looking at a really good lap here, I guess. And here he goes, taking a really short line, and it's a 120.1, brings him to P4, and that's really close between Kron and Huss. Cosmo did set a lap in now as well. He did a 121.5, and he will definitely be looking for a big improvement to get close to his teammate here. And Mr. Italy joined himself in chat as well. F1 Richie, welcome buddy. Going for Ferrari. Let's have some good points in Italy. And for now, Mesquita and Octavio do look on a really decent setup. Benjamin Cardiff didn't set a lap in yet. He's now into the last corner, but he's a bit off time, I guess. Not the time he will be setting as prediction, but it's P13 for him. It's a 121.4, and that's only a tenth behind Octavio, and really close towards Westboy. So all the cars on track did now set a lap, but Sinful here, he's 13 seconds up, and he did make a big mistake in the first lap of his qualifying, and he will be looking at a 122.5, and still gives him last position here, but no worries. Sinful is one of the drivers who goes for no assist races, and for that a big massive respect, and I hope the race will be getting better for you. As we have a yellow flag, and I believe it was one of the... No, it's actually KTM Sweden. No, it is Sinful, who's letting some drivers pass. One of the Ferraris here, Mesquita now on a lap. He actually did set a lap, but didn't improve. Let's see if he can improve now. And all the yellow flags on track at the moment, guys, are all for people. Oh, and yeah, Huss actually crashed as well. No, he didn't crash, I guess. I think he retired in the pit lane. Because the only Alpine on track at the moment is RPM Spritzy. But let's have a focus on this red devil car here. And I do see all your requests in chat, prof, but you know damn well I can't invite you from streaming position. Here goes Mesquita, but he won't be doing a lap. RPM Spritzy then on the out lap, so we will be joining him later on. I'm actually looking for a few cars, and one of them might be, yeah, I think one of the Williams, and it is one of the, well, but he goes in. So it's Octavio, the other Ferrari here, who is making his setup for a new lap, and it might also be Benjamin, no, Rosebitch, but he's way up time. Benjamin Cardiff saying he needs 2 laps to be at least classified towards the cars in front of him. So whatever works for you, man. We see some really good races from you, so I will be looking forward to this one tonight. And Octavio keeps it at P12 and did improve his time, but it wasn't enough to kick off Rusty Oil Can of the P11 position. And I believe it was Spritzy who overtook the McLaren here of Jones. And let's see what he's gonna do. And Rusty actually retired. Spritzy jumping to P8 with a 120.6, and I do think he will be satisfied with this result so far, as he did let us know he wasn't really the fastest car in Monza. And we did get a join here from our co-commentator, actually, for tonight, and it's Profitic. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm really good. It's a really good qualifying so far. So you got hold up in the pit lane then?
Hold up in the pit lane, and my PS Plus also expired, so I just renewed that quickly.
Right. Well, you're in now, and now I got someone to get me through the test elementary system as well. RPM Cosmo, and he will be improving, goes to P10, and actually that's almost the end of the session, I believe. I do have a yellow flag, and it's for deck. Oh no, we got 2.5 minutes left, so still no reason to say it's the end. Your means actually did still go out after one lap, so that's.
Fritzy went up into P5 with a 120.1. He's looking strong.
Yeah, he's now getting stronger, and he will be satisfied with this result, being close before in front of his teammate here. We're retired from the session. I don't know why or how. So, Sinful going for a lap as well, and Altea will be the car in front of him on a lap. Also, Gui and Mesqueta are going for it, and RPM John. So let's see what the Ferrari can do again. Of course, a lot of eyes will be going towards the red car on a home Grand Prix. And here it comes, crossing the line, and it's a 120.0, and that gives him P6. Which is a good result for the Ferrari here. Spritzy down towards 2 places now. And Gui is
going
for another lap.
Oh, good now. Like,
yeah, it's for...
I think
John.
It's for one of the Ferraris or John.
It's for Cosmo, I guess.
John.
Oh, Cosmo actually joined P4 there. I missed it. And he's on 119.8, so that's only 8,000 of seconds in front of a deck there, so that battle's gonna be close. Deck not improving his lap here. Mesqueta is improving his lap, but only by thousands of seconds. Let's see if he will. Well, I guess his fuel is almost down, so I don't think he will finish his lap. Altea already did a lap on those tires. Needs a big improvement though, being at P15.
Sinful just invalidated his lap, so he won't be able to improve, unfortunately, from P17.
No, he won't, but he won't be starting at the back as well. As we got Jones disqualified, I don't know how that happened.
Both the Red Bulls are out. I don't know what's happened here. John's hit the wall, and Cosmo also invalidated his lap.
Yeah, well, Cosmo's in a good position. So is John, and in fact, he is. But he definitely hope to be further up, of course. As Altea is now almost crossing the line. It's 120.8, and that's just behind his teammate. And that's the Williams going strong here. As Gui is still going on as well, but he's way up time. KTM Sweden also 9 seconds up. Octavio is a 10th down, so he will be looking for a big improvement here if he keeps it like this. And the 10th can actually help him going to P12. And if he gets more, and maybe even P11, but then he needs to find a lot of time in his last few corners.
Let's see where Octavia goes up to for Ferrari.
And it's P12.
Well,
Gui invalidated his lap, and that's it for tonight's qualifying then. Yameen's actually only did 1 lap and got on 119.3. He's definitely showing how fast he is on this track so far. And will definitely be challenging all the cars on track to keep up. Now.
Yeah, Yamin in press room said that he feels much more confident after last week's race, which was in China, but he doesn't want to get too ambitious, and he'd like at least a top 10 finish, but would love a top 5. Well, he's got pole now, so he might even get a win or a podium. So that's very good for Yamin.
Yeah, he might. He's looking really good so far. So really strong performance on this track. And well, give us some predictions in the chat, guys. After tonight's qualifying, seeing these standings, give us some predictions. Prof, you mind going through the qualifying standings?
Yeah, sure. Yamin takes pole with a 190.3 in the AlphaTauri. KTM Sweden takes P2 with 190.4. P3 is Cosmo with a nice lap, 119.8. Deck just behind him with the 119.8 as well. CDM Mosquito is in the first driver in the 120s in P6. Spritzy follows him, followed by John Huss, Gui and Altier, the two Williams, looking good in P10 and P11. Octavia is in P12. Benjamin Cardiff P13. Rusty Oilcan is P14, Westboy P15. Westboy is also a strong driver to look out for. Roy Chavircha is in P16, Sinful P17, Bradfield with no time unfortunately, and Jones unfortunately with a disqualified, and that is our qualifying standings.
Well, thank you for that one. And Shaq now actually shouting for Sinful as well. Of course he will, as Sinful is driving the Merc here. And I actually got word from
Apparently
our
Benjamin
host
Cardiff's
tonight
PS4. PSN's gone down.
that it is a wet race, as we can see
Yeah.
now. And this is gonna be very, very, very promising. I can't see actually no rain anymore after this weekend, but then again, no worries.
Seems like it's going to be light rain for the start of this race for about 15 minutes, and then it'll go back to cloudy. So it'll be very, very interesting with strategy and the start on wet tyres.
Benjamin Carter actually saying he was on a wet setup, so that's the reason why he was slower in the qualifying. Jamin's now going for the start of the formation lap as we load in the spectators menu. This is going to be very, very tricky in turn 1.
Yeah, it is. It's already very, very chaotic in dry conditions. And wet it's going to be even worse. But we'll see.
I won't be happy starting anywhere in the mid-pack at the moment in these conditions. Oh, you mean actually going straight ahead on the second chicane. But it's formation lap, so why not? As long as he doesn't do it in the race.
Yeah.
So Benjamin Cardiff actually did a wet setup. And
There's Rusty and Westboy have had a collision.
So they are already back on the grid. But
Yeah.
I'm curious to know which cars are going to be looking at a wet setup tonight. Maybe a few did set a wet setup as they knew the race is going to be wet anyway. And just took the fact to be slower in the qualifying. It might be 2 formation laps, check, yeah. And then like 3 hours, no word of the FIA, and then...
Lots of drivers struggling for grip, lots of drivers getting disqualified.
Yeah, they are. Yameen's actually is looking very forward to it as he's already on the grid.
Yeah.
So are a few other cars, but from Spritzy on. Spritzy is really taking his with the way to warm up those tires and see how it goes. And the grid is now forming again. Jones is setting his car on the place where he will be starting. And then we're gonna wait for the lights here at Monza, round 3 in low gear division RPM Esports. Let's switch off. I don't have a clean side on the lights. No, thank you. I do now, yep. 3 lights on, 4 lights, 5 lights. And then we are off to race, and it does look like a really good start from the front pack here. As Yameen's as KTM Sweden, and KTM Sweden is actually really good. So is Cosmo, already in P2. KTM Sweden in P1. Kront keeps it in P4 still. Yameen's lost a lot of position there, but he's back, and it's a 3-second penalty for corner cutting there, and won't be giving back KTM Sweden his position.
Yeah,
What's
lots
the
of
AlphaTauri
difficulties going on everywhere. And he's gone straight through the cardwood has Bradfield in his AlphaTauri.
RPM Spritzy overtook Mosquetta in the Ferrari here. Is now in P6. Mosquetta having quite some troubles here, as he's already under attack of the other Alpine car here as well. Then we have Benjamin Cardiff just chilling behind there and waiting for the moment to slam in that car of the Haas team. And further down, oh, and Rosebridge is spun out. He is backwards on the grass, and that's not a position you want to start when doing a wet race already in the first lap. It's a virtual safety car for it. I think that's a bit overreacting, but no worries on it.
Yeah, it seems from what I saw, KTM Sweden got an amazing start, but then dropped down into the first corner. Cosmo braked very late, and he's got P1 now in his Red Bull. Yameen just following behind, and Kron a bit behind them.
Even was I didn't see really Cosmo cutting the corner there. I think it was Yameen's totally cutting the corner, and
yeah, both of them, Cosmo and Yameen, cut the corner at the start.
Weird, the game didn't give them a position then, but the tables are now screwing up again. I'll keep it on Cosmo at the moment, since I do know where he is driving. Bradfield got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and that's not the first way to start your race. I think he had contact somewhere, as he gets a new wing as well. As my tables are getting back together again. I still have a virtual safety car. It's a long one.
Yeah, it's been going on for a long time. As John has a collision with Spritzy, and they both get 5-second. John gets a 5-second time penalty, but we are on green flags now.
So we have Bradfield currently at 8 seconds. Yameen's at 3 seconds.
Yameen and Cosmo are side by side.
John and Octavio 5 seconds, and so does Benjamin. And Cosmo did lose position to Yameen's here,
yeah.
As he is now in P2. And yeah, that's a bit of a gap there. Could you check the Discord logo chat for me?
The what, sorry?
Could you check the Discord logo chats?
Oh yeah.
RPM John and Spritzy here side by side through turn 1. Spritzy keeps his nose in and doesn't let John pass him on the first corner here. Keeps his P6 position. Benjamin Cardiff now actually on the tail of RPM John here. And he will be looking for the moment. John makes a mistake.
I don't know if Benjamin Cardiff is racing or not.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be.
I've just seen the chat, yeah.
Yeah.
And he also disconnected, so I don't know what happened there.
Meanwhile, Yameen has got a massive lead on Cosmo. He's got very good pace in the wet as well.
He does, yeah. KTM Sweden is closing in on Cosmo really fast, and he takes a very good exit here. Can he provide from it? Inside line, late braking, but no attack so far. Still inside line, and he gets it as well. That's a clean overtake here. But oh, now Cosmo takes it again. So these guys are battling it out really,
It's a
really
drag race till
hard
the first corner.
between P2 and P3. Outside line for KTM Sweden. Oh, I actually accidentally switched. KTM Sweden keeps his car in and actually didn't let Cosmo pass on the outside line on turn 2. Now Cosmo gets a really big troubles with Deck just behind him, and also
Yep.
Grun is looking for the moment to overtake the Aston Martin here. Inside from John in the Red Bull, but he can't make it work on Spritzy, who is defending really hard and
When we
doing
have
a good job on
yellow
it as
flag
well.
for...
I do have
Should
some
be all
cars
clear
here.
now. Just a bit of traffic between the drivers as the two McLarens
Yeah.
are together. Oh, and John's just binned it, and he's gone into the wall in the Red Bull. He just binned it
Oh,
in the
and
second
Husk
Lesbo,
could
and
just
Benjamin
avoid
Carter
him.
just
Yeah,
went into
Benjamin
him.
Carter crashed into him, and now a lot of cars need to pass between those two cars.
To be careful, and that is a full course safety car.
And that's, well, of course it is.
Yeah.
There it goes. No further race for John and Benjamin Cardiff. Benjamin will be very disappointed in chat if you're still here, Benjamin. As you weren't driving yourself, of course. I don't know what happened with John, but he spun out.
Yeah, he just lost it in the second Lesmo, in the wet on traction. And Benjamin Carter went straight into him.
Yeah, couldn't avoid him, I guess. Rosebeach, his teammate, is in P17, who spun around again, and he's not looking very happy with his conditions on track. Benjamin, I can tell you what happened there. You got smashed up by a car who spun.
Yeah.
I know, Benjamin. I know. No worries on it. Just contact Spritzy after the race.
We've got a few supporters for Yamin. Yamin is doing a very good job.
Westboy in P9 actually disconnected as well. So I'm curious how that's gonna work. And the safety car is still out.
TAS telemetry tells me that there's light rain for still a long time to come, so I don't think these drivers would be pitting. Unless they feel like it could give them an advantage.
No, same. Bradfield and Rosebeach did pit though, but I don't know if it was because of a penalty or something. But so for safety car still gives us a chance to look at press room of this week in low gear. We had a few curious questions done by RPM Spritzy. One of these questions were after 2 rounds, how's the season going so far? Happy with the results? Spritzy said simply awful, so he won't be happy for now. John said actually he hasn't hit the level he wanted to be, but hoping it will come. Well, unlucky for you tonight, John. No finishes. Declan was actually very happy with the results and quite surprised there was some very quick people in our league who haven't been able to show their speed yet, so I won't get overexcited, but they're 2 of my least favorite techs so far. Happy. Yameen's was very confident for this week's race, so and he's definitely showing it off now.
Well, Deck will be hoping for a good result. He's currently P2 in the standings, joint with Sprink, who are both on 70 points. Sprink unfortunately cannot make it, which is unfortunate, but that means Deck will be hoping to take advantage of this as much as he can and jump up into P1 maybe. Same with John, who's in P3 in the standings, but he's on 48 points compared to the top two with 70. John will be looking to get a good one, but unfortunately, of course, he DNF'd. So he'll be looking to do better in the next race.
And we do have a safety car for another lap. I hope Bradfield and Rosebeach will be going for, will be joining them in this lap. But it does seem, as I go on board with any car actually, Yamin's actually disconnected or something.
You mean?
Yeah, he did. As I go on board with any car on track at the moment, there's no rain.
Yeah, same here.
And oh, both the Williams getting a bit of contact here. And
this could mean a late switch to slick tyres, because we can't see any rain at all.
Sinful actually went in for the medium tyres.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
And Yamin seems to be back. Just popping up in chats, Berserk Master or Sminotla. Oh, Yamin, Sinful doesn't seem to be having.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
he spun already.
Maybe not the time to come on to slicks then yet.
Maybe it's a bit too early, yeah. I
But
do
we'll see, it could
a
change.
wet track on the sides, but the racing line seems to be very. Yeah, never mind, Berserk. You just called it, man. This is your curse. No commentator's curse. This is yours.
And we have confirmation from race control. The safety car is in this lap. We'll see how Yamin goes
in this lap. KTM Sweden is right on top of Yamin's. Please keep your distance for now. Yeah, it is your fault. It's been not, huh? Let's see how Yamin's is planning to start the race. After safety car. The safety car is now in and he goes quite early. KTM Sweden was a bit surprised, but Cosmo really wasn't, as he is close to a KTM Sweden already, but can't make the overtake work so far. Both the Alpines are actually battling it out here between each other, but keep respect and don't make any weird moves. Musqueta is getting attacked by Altea. Westboy now overtook him. Oh, and it's one of the Williams off, and it's Gooey. On the exit of turn 2, into the wall. I don't know if he has contact, but he definitely has damage, and he will be looking for another pit stop now. After 7 laps of racing. Bradfield actually is up with Altea here. There's a lot of things going on at the moment actually. Jones really on the tail of Musqueta here. But Musqueta now making a long run towards Westboy. Sinful 3 seconds gone. 3 seconds penalty for corner cutting. I think those medium tires are a reason about it. And Westboy now gets overtaken by Musqueta, who is now taking P7 back. Jones actually really close on him already, but Westboy disconnected somehow, so
yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's gonna be easy overtakes for those guys. Yamin's actually made a really big gap, and so did KTM Sweden and Cosmo. So those guys are really clear at the moment, but Huss is not giving up on the attack on deck, and Spritzy is really helping out his teammate here. Keeping it close.
Another spin at the back.
Gooey goes in. Let's see what tires he's gonna choose for this track conditions, as it does seem to be drying up more and more. And John lets us know he's still alive, and thank God for that. That was a big one.
Gooey guns onto fresh softs. Very interesting. Looking at Sinful's progress with them, I'm not sure if it's the right tyre, but we'll see how Gooey goes on with his softs.
Yeah, same. I'm curious. Bradfield doesn't get to overtake Westboy now. Well, he will be looking for it on the next straight. Oh, and it's
Gooey's tyres are not working. Yep.
They're not then DRS enabled. I wonder if the message of DRS enabled still counts.
Yeah, Deck's gone into the pit straight away. Onto fresh softs like Gooey.
Oh, and there was some slight contact between KTM Sweden and Yamins. I don't think they got damaged though. Yamins was really getting pushed by KTM, but no overtake done. Cosmo now closing in again on KTM Sweden, and there goes the Aston Martin's double stack, but both on the soft tires, and I hope this strategy will work for them, as the track does seem to be drying up. And so far Westboy seems to be having the pace on it and the grip, and so does Deck.
KTM Sweden's making a move on the lead. Yamins of course in AI. KTM jumps up into P1. Cosmo's not far behind him.
Spritzy and Huss still battling it out here between each other as teammates on P4 and P5, but I'm now curious which one of the cars is gonna go in for different tires first.
Sweden's gone in, Cosmo stayed out. Interesting.
Huss went in, and that gives Spritzy a free position at the moment, as he did actually more than just a few position, one position. He's in P2 now. Let's see if he can make the pace work to slam in the gap big enough and keep actually a bit of advantage there. Jones really cut at the corner there as he outbraked himself, blocking the way of Bradfield at the moment. Side by side here between the McLaren and the AlphaTauri, but Jones actually gives the position, as he does know the car behind him is way faster. And we see a lot of cars on the pit lane now. Some of them have taken the soft tires and are planning to do another soft run, I guess. And some of them are planning to finish the race on the mediums. And for now, which strategy, Prof, will work better for you, in your opinion?
I think I would just go for the mediums till the end, personally. The soft is also a good strategy. You can push as much as you want, and if there's a late weather change, you can easily change to another tyre.
Yeah, for sure. Softs definitely have more pace on this track, but seeing it's only 11 laps away, still, well, 15 to go after this one. And Spritzy goes in, and so does Cosmo. Jones is in. KTM Sweden now on the last corner here. He will be taking the lead back, but he also needs to pit again, unless he can show us those soft tires will work for 15 laps. Deck really close on Yamins though. Now Deck's his pace is really coming out. We do know he's way faster on the dry track than on the wet one. And I do believe this is already the second wet race for low gear. Spritzy dropped a lot back.
And Octavius spun the car in turn 1. But he's back on track now, thankfully. Ready to go, no damage, I think.
Spritzy was way back now, but lost a lot of position there. He also had a 5 seconds, of course. Haas didn't lose a lot of positions. He's still in P6. Cosmo did lose out a bit though. Yamin's actually lost out quite a lot. And his teammate is still leading at the moment. But in my opinion, he needs to be pitting now. And he does. So KTM Sweden now will beat the leader in the race. And Deck will be taking P2. Yamin's in P3. And Cosmo takes P4 back. Haas at P5. Brett really losing out here. West bypass him. Oh, and Jones is out on the straight!
Oh no!
Jones is out on the straight. And oh, Octavio! Yeah, oh, that was really close. I don't know what happened there, but Jones completely smashed it out on the straight here at Monza, and that's a safety car. Gooey has a drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car safety car conditions.
And Fritzy also received one.
Also he did. Oh my god.
So that's Fritzy and Gooey receiving drive-through penalties. We see Gooey going to the pits.
Yeah, he does go in the pits, but he can't serve a drive-through penalty during safety car.
No, yeah, he can't.
But he's going for this yeah, he goes for the mediums, of course.
That's really unfortunate for Fritzy and Gooey.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, and that's really quick as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skates in Sweden almost is near the safety car. And then we will be having, I guess, seeing the track now, 2 or 3 laps of safety car conditions.
But Jones was doing really good. I want to know what happened to him. He was up like 10 or so positions in the dry conditions. So it's really, I want to know what happened to Jones.
Yeah, I'm very curious as well. He did have he did a 0 lap of mediums, laps on those mediums.
He just said controller switched off even though it was on full on battery, and I went into the wall. So annoying, really unfortunate.
You said it in channel.
Yeah, in low gear.
Oh right, so that's really unfortunate indeed. That's another reason to get a wheelmate.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unfortunate here for Jones. But I do think for some of the drivers who were really struggling on the first lap on the slick tires, it's a perfect outcome here.
Yeah.
But it isn't for Gooey and Spritzy, as they picked up a drive-through penalty.
But still, I have to say, only 4 DNFs in a wet, chaotic race in Monza is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad result.
Yeah.
And we all know Monza is quite an easy track, but it can be such a pain. And based on conditions now, guys, leave us some predictions. In my opinion, the guys on the mediums will be in more advantage now.
Yeah, I think so too.
But then again, the soft tires don't wear off that much behind the safety car.
If KTM was in left the session, now he's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
But he was leading anyway, so how?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. And
he was leading the race, right?
Yeah, he is leading the race. But
so how did he ignore yellow flags?
No idea.
That's a weird one. Pack is almost back together.
Yeah, I think we might have one more lap of safety car until it goes in. I'll drop KTM Sweden and invite quickly. Right, I gave him an invite.
Yeah, all good.
KTM goes into the pits. Or his AI decides to go into the pits onto fresh mediums.
Yeah, so I was just checking something on Discord.
Yeah, that's
Still
right.
safety car. And 2 of the cars went in, and it's Spritzy and Sweden indeed. Spritzy went for the soft tires. I think that's looking ahead because of the drive-through penalty. Seeing he has a drive-through penalty, going for the soft tires now is way smarter in my opinion. Way more speed, so he might be able to get some positions up.
So should be in this lap. I don't think we got confirmation yet.
No, we didn't, but it usually
Didn't.
gets around now.
Could be one more lap
On the
then of
exit
safety
of
car.
Ascari, but no, everyone is back together, so I don't think so.
Oh,
And there we
yes,
go.
yes. Right.
As I was right again, as always.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong.
You are wrong. Anyway, Deck is making his space to the safety car as Kron
run
gets
3 seconds penalty. And that's an unfortunate one behind safety car. It's definitely not needed. But Deck will now be leading the race and will be deciding the pace from now on. At safety car restart, and he really takes it long. And now he goes. No, he doesn't. He tricked me even me there.
Nice restart.
And that's
Nice
a
and
really
steady.
good restart, but of course Yamines is disconnected. Cosmo now going for the overtake on the AlphaTauri here. Sister teams battling it out. Haas joins him as well. Makes a late break inside line and he takes it, and that's P3 for the Alpine. Oh, but he gets spun around by the AI off Yamines. He's still driving though. Musqueta had some problems here. He lost a lot of positions there. And that was really close.
Octavio side by side with his teammate, but he gets the move done. Bradfield is just behind. He has to make way.
And I think actually Musqueta was really looking out for what happened in front of him between Yamines' AI and Haas' car. But behind him, Bradfield and Sinful were battling it out for a moment, but it lost away again. Sinful now. Oh, and again? Oh, that's really unfortunate.
But we've got some gaps forming now. Back to racing. Deck's got a nice, lovely gap on Cosmo, 1.5 gap. As is 1.8 behind Cosmo. Closest gap right now is probably Kron and Mesquita.
Yeah, those tire differences are really making a point now. As Octavio closes in on the AI of Westboy. Doesn't want to make the move though. Altea looking for a P4 position here, and it's a yellow flag.
For Mesquita in the Ferrari.
Turn 1. Oh, and that's a Ferrari again. And only Octavio looking good at the moment. And Matt now actually joins the chat as well, saying about his controller, how he disconnected and crashed out. Yeah, well, really unfortunate.
Yeah, Deck is taking his lead in the standings back up. What happened with Spritzy? He just got a drive through, unfortunately. As he's on the back of Rojcevic, yeah, and he gets a move done. Goes up into P13, looking for a nice comeback in this race. You never know at Monza.
Sinful really looking to make the gap on Gooey bigger.
He still hasn't served his drive through.
Exit here. Gooey didn't. No, he didn't. So Sinful shouldn't be worried here.
Yeah.
DRS enabled. Cosmo getting the fastest lap done. Sinful keeps his position. But Gooey will go in now, he will.
Does. Cool.
And this now it's both the Mercedes behind each other. KTM Sweden have a bit more pace than his teammate in front of him though. So I'm curious how this is gonna play out. Grun looking good back in P7.
Yep, Cosmo within and without going in and out of the DRS window of Deck. So he'll be looking maybe to get. He's got a very nice result already.
Barker, yeah, they did have a wet start for safety car and safety car for intermediates for around 12 laps. And here he goes, Altea on the DRS, but with Octavio just behind him on younger tires here. But not enough ERS, I guess. And now Octavio getting the full pressure of the Ferrari behind him. Williams now really looking to defend this position and maybe get one up. But he gets really pushed. As Yamines goes in.
They both got 6% ERS, even less now. And they both got DRS, so Octavio will have to brake very late into the turn one chicane if he's going to get it done.
And Octavio keeps it as it is for now, knowing Yamines won't, Altea won't be getting a DRS at the moment on the second sector.
Two Mercedes fight and KTM goes straight into Sinful into turn one.
Oh, and they are right on the track in turn one. KTM Sweden, they seem to be having no damage though.
Yeah, I don't think they have any damage.
Just spun around. The Squetta now taking the outside line on Sinful, and both the Ferraris now looking good.
Ooh, Sinful tried to stick it still, but he has to lose the position.
Here goes Octavio again on Altea. Altea having the better run now in the Williams car, but still Altea won't be having DRS moment.
Oh, Spritzy's gone into the wall. I don't know if he's got damage or not. He just lost it a bit. Spritzy has got damage. He's broke his left and right front wing.
Does show though.
On TAS it tells me, at least.
Altea now getting the attack again from the Ferrari on the first straight zone. And here it goes, Octavio, can he make a move work? Outside brake, late brake, outside line, still outside line. No, and he doesn't make it work. But Grunt provided from it, and he will be leading in P5 now. And now Octavio will be needing to hunt two cars, as his teammate isn't close enough behind him, so he can't help out here. KTM Sweden in Sinful still in P8 and 9. Yamines has already dropped back to P10. Westboy is really close behind him, but both the cars are in AI position now. And Bradfield can be looking to take 2 positions away. And Spritzy did pit, so I think that system was right then. And he did broke his front wing, but it didn't show on the game.
That was nice of Kron. He just waited patiently and then just snuck in when he got a chance.
Yeah, he just kept it. Yeah, he just kept it the car right where it was and was waiting for the moment they had a battle between each other. And yeah, now he provided for it and took away the position from his sister team here. But Octavio is now on the DRS zone again on Kron. Kron has a run on the DRS as well, but he won't be close enough to get a slipstream as well on the car in front of him. But Octavio doesn't seem to be getting the run done on Kron. And that doesn't only rhyme, but it's also the fact.
Backus cheered twice for Cosmo now in a row. He wants Red Bull to have a good result. As Cosmo is now within 2/10 of Deck. Cosmo wants his P1.
And really Cosmo making a lot of effort here to take that P1 position and maybe even to win, as he is on the mediums and with only 5 laps to go. And Deck
here
is
comes
on 11 laps and in the inside, and that's a blade breaker on, and Cosmo takes it on the entry of Ascari and is now leading the race in his Red Bull.
Not for long, Deck is coming back onto the straight. He'll have the DRS as well. Cosmo's red light is flashing. He's only on 2% DRS.
And there he goes again. Cosmo really made room there. And I think it was because of the DRS. And it is because of the DRS. He did it at the right moment. And now Deck is now leading again. Cosmo is on the medium tires with 2 laps less on them. And Deck is on the soft tires with 2 laps over them.
That wasn't smart really from Cosmo, going for a move into Ascari. Kron is looking for a move on Altianu.
Yeah, and between P4, 5 and 6 is still not decided as well. As the sun comes through the sky now, the clouds now on Monza. And we are having a really enjoyable race now here in low gear round 3. RPM Esports. KTM Sweden just made a move work. No, Bradfield just made a move work on his teammate here. And also on Westboy. So he's in P9 now. Both the Ferraris, really good recovery from them. And here comes Octavia. Here comes Kron on Altea. Outside line, and there he goes.
Gets the move done.
It's a
really bad exit for Kron.
Really bad, and there comes Altea again. Both sides, side by side. Still almost side by side. Altea now taking the lead here, as Kron decided to take the DRS, as I do think he was on the DRS detection zone at the moment of the overtake, and he did, and now he gets the run on the first straight again. The Alfa Romeo of Kron outside line, and there he goes. Altea no chance to recover or defend that position here, and Kron now takes P4. Octavio is really having a front row seat of the battling going on in front of him, but he can't provide any close in to the battles going on in front of him.
Cosmo's getting back there again.
And we do have Rosebeach spun out on the last corner again. And this is definitely not his race. But don't give up, mate. You are still in P15 and will be taking points anyway.
And here comes Cosmo again on the right of Deck, going into Ascari like he did on the last lap. Can he get the move? He does get the move done.
But
not
can he get the run done now?
No, yes,
and it's
maybe.
The back straight now. And so far Cosmo still ahead, but now Deck gets the DRS. And he has 20% ERS more than Cosmo does. And here he goes, Deck on the first straight zone. Inside line. And he's through.
Cosmo won't give this up easily, I know.
Cosmo defends hard, braking really late, and he keeps his position for the moment. And this is really good defending here from the Red Bull of Cosmo, and who is still leading the race after a very dangerous line attack. Here.
Maybe go. No, he's lifted a bit. He doesn't want to go for a risky move there.
He did brake a bit later there, though.
Evil Master in foot on caps. Come on, Cosmo.
And now actually the Kokoms are actually shouting for the car in P1 now. Westport overtakes Yameen's, but both cars still in AI. And it does seem like Cosmo gets the better run now, as Deck is now a second behind, and Cosmo is only need to go it for 2 more laps.
Altia's got a nice run on Kron. They're both on very little ERS, but Altia will have DRS.
Also, Haas having a really clean race at the moment. No mistakes, keeping P4. Nice gap on Kron, and he did come up 6 positions. And Kron now getting the full attack of Altea actually in the Williams. Outside line here of Altea. Late break, late break, late break. And oh, and that's a massive crash from Kron. He made a late break, but it didn't work out at all. And he slammed it into the wall. Broke his entire front wing, and this is gonna cost him a really good result here in Monza, as he is gonna lose a lot of time and positions now.
And Cosmo, he is on rails right now, 1.2, keeping his lead.
And Deck having the better exit here, but Cosmo really providing it from the ERS. Gooey getting another second time penalty time penalty there. And in the meantime, Mr. It's Italy joining himself in chat as well again, as he was tuning in all the way. And there comes Musqueta actually on Kron as well, as Kron has no front wing and he just decides to finish the race as it is.
Kron's gonna drain all of his ERS though, so he wants this.
But don't make the overtake, man. Don't make the overtake. Come on, you have no front wing.
Overtake. And no, good.
And both the Ferraris now in 5 and 6 now, and they are looking really good as team result for low gear race here tonight. Oh, and Altea making a really fly there actually over the curbstones of the second chicane here. But we are now gonna keep an eye on the leader of the race, as he made an incredible good result, starting at P3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and actually someone was out there again. I think it was Rosebeertje. But just finish the race, mate. You will be getting a point anyway. As we have now view on the Red Bull, and the winner of tonight's race in low gear, it's RPM Cosmo, and he is happy as hell. He is happy as hell. Deck taking P2, and I think he still will be leading the championship now. Haas takes P3. Altea made an amazing run as well in P4. Both the Ferraris taking the points in the home Grand Prix of Italy in P5 and P6.
The Tifosi will be happy with that P5
oh no,
and
P7 actually. Bradfield didn't get any penalties and will be taking the P7 6th position. So P7 for the Ferrari. KTM Sweden at P8. Kron, a very unfortunate last lap for him, losing an entire front wing, shoving all the way back to P11. Westboy and Yameen at P9 and 10. Gooey and Spritzy, really unfortunate race for those two guys as well. And so for Sinful and Rosebeertje all the way at the back.
What a podium, Cosmo, Deck and Hurst.
What a podium. And I do want to have some interviews if it's possible.
Now,
yeah, if you could add them in the race, in the party. Well, they're already in the race.
Oh, and I've got a weird glitch, so you might have to try.
Yeah, I do know PlayStation Network is a bit screwing around at the moment.
Yeah, cannot connect. Might be temporarily busy. I don't know.
Alright then, we won't be doing interviews as we don't want any problems with the stream as it ends now. We're gonna have a look at the very last results, and I will be finding another way to do the drivers interviews, and they will be posted on our social media. Cosmo is our winner of tonight, race here at Monza, Deck at P2 and Hus at P3. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Prof, thanks for doing go-coms with me tonight.
No worries. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys did too.
Yeah, as for me as well. Really exciting race. A lot of good things going on, and again a lot of viewers on the RPM stream tonight, guys. So much appreciated, and big thanks from me personally towards everybody who tuned in. Have a great evening, and I hope everybody will be back for the next race tomorrow in mid gear. Have a great evening, guys.
See ya.